Welcome everyone. Today let's go ahead and talk about the pre-patch notes that are coming out. It's just kind of like the half minor patch that they're kind of teasing almost. They haven't released everything, but they did release a pretty big topic. And it's about the keywords for supports. Let's get into it. Curative surgery to remedy a problem. Support keywords was one of the most polarizing changes we made in Season 6, so as we release Season 7, we want to address it. Starting with Furia and Grohk in 7.2, we are planning to phase support keywords out of the game as feasible. Our goal remains to keep the balance between traditional team composition and double support strategies healthy. However, players have given us ample feedback that keywords did not feel to be the deciding factor in that. We know many players desire their removal quickly, however, we wanted to ensure that all four supports affected are still viable and become more interesting. Due to this transition, so we are focusing on each individual case and taking our time. So the first change is going to Furia. For Furia, the two significant changes to base kit are restoring Kindle Soul's base healing value from before keywords release 900 to 1000, as well as nerfing Inflame's charge game from healing and damage by 15%. These changes, alongside the removal of curative remedy and surgery, ensure that she is still potent as a hybrid healer, but her ultimate requires more thought to utilize best. As for her talents, Exterminate will remain as is minus the bonus damage, but both Cherish and Solar Blessing will be receiving small buffs to help them out of keywords. Cherish's AoE range will be increased to 50 units, making it a bit better to add allowing Furia to pocket while not ignoring the rest of her team. Combined with cards, this allows her to share some effects wider than a single target like Shield. Solar Blessing will see its heal increase from 150 to 175 per tick, meaning that it's actually receiving a healing buff from its keyword state. This talent is niche, but we want to reward those who spend their time mastering the beam mechanics. So first off, I don't know why we're buffing Furia. Yes, the keywords did give her a lot more utility than she did, but first off, you're never running the shield card. Shield card is extremely bad. You're really just running the movement speed on the heal, and then self-sustain, and then filler cards. Sure, you can throw in shield, but if you're throwing it at level 1, you're literally just wasting a card slot. It's like 35 shield. It actually does nothing. And if you're running it at 5, it gets countered by 1 wrecker. Even if they don't have wrecker, it is the most minimal thing ever. It really does nothing. You're basically never running shield card. I don't know why they even put it there. The unit thing is actually kind of crazy. Giving her 15 extra... I don't think people actually understand how big 50 units is. It's kind of insane. For example, Grover's AoE is 80 units. This isn't that far off of 80 units. 50 units is kind of crazy. I don't know why we buffed the rate AoE. Yes, it wasn't the best, but it really didn't need that AoE buff. Maybe 45. She's already a really good flex support. Her as a flex support is amazing. Flex just means that they're doing a bit more damage, rather than only focusing on healing, such as Ying. Ying is going to be primarily focusing on healing. Fury is going to do both. She's going to heal whenever it's on off cooldown, or do damage as much as she can, because she has an extremely high damage output. She's an amazing flex support, and works really well with double comps, and fine on her own. I don't know why we're buffing a big part of Furia's kit. I don't know. Sure, it's nice, but she's already a really good flex support. I don't know. Solo busting is just really bad. Solar Blessing, you're literally never running this talent. It's just extremely bad. And then buffing it, I don't really see what it's going to do. It's not really going to change anything. If a Solar Blessing Furia is playing in a hallway, or like just having somebody sit in the beam, just move away from the beam, go somewhere else, go pick off the Furia. Since she has no more self-peel for herself, she can't use Fire Strike to peel for herself. She's just a free kill. And then same for the rest of the team, since they also don't have Fire Strike to peel for them. It's just really bad. So yeah, I mean, the buffs to Kindle Soul is fine, and Cherish is fine. So we'll see how it goes. She's already pretty solid. She's already a really good flex support. I don't know why we're buffing, but it's really good to see them phasing out keywords. As for Grohk, this opportunity led us to reassess his relationship between his base kit, talents, and cards to make him a more compelling choice across the board. At base, we've increased the frequency of his healing totem's healing ticks from 6.6 per second to 10 per second, allowing him far more burst healing value when committed to a fight. This change is mainly to prevent Grohk from losing all value out of quickly destroyed totems, but also means he can heal much more effectively when stacking his totems together. As for his talents, we removed Totemic Ward's bonus to healing as a base kit totems become more potent, shifting its power into the additional charge it can provide. Spirit's Domain will now also provide a movement speed buff to allies it hits to make it a more efficient dive tool and provide Grohk a more utility-centric playstyle outside of his cards. Finally, Maelstrom is receiving a small buff to help it out, not fall too far from where it was with keywords. So that's fine. I actually think this is a really good buff, and I think there is a slight chance that Grohk can definitely move up a little bit as a solo healer. As an off healer, he's actually going to be really insane. You play this guy on Ice Mines or Jag or some other maps that are pretty tight. The Grohk is going to actually be kind of crazy with this buff, because you either go, if you're playing off support, you can go to Totemic Ward or Maelstrom. I would say Totemic Ward is much better for the off support, and you're going to have crazy heals. If you're playing main support, on top of the movement speed, your totems are going to have crazy healing now, and then you can run a reset card or just a totem build with some extra ammo with Spirit's Domain, and your healing is actually going to be crazy. The only downside of Grohk is that his ult falls off really hard late game, and you can become an easy target. So I think this is going to be a really good buff to Grohk. I guess we'll have to see how it really plays out on the PTS, but this actually seems really good for both solo healer Grohk with specifically Spirit's Domain and also off support. Off support Grohk is going to be absolutely crazy now. He was already pretty good as an off support, and now as a main support, you might be seeing him a little bit more in a few different comps, and I do think he will work just fine. Maelstrom is mostly for his damage / flank playstyle, and that'll be fine for it to keep that there. And then Grohk having the alternative playstyle is really cool. But overall, I think this is a really good buff to Grohk, and I think he'll be moving up just a little bit. And I think he'll be a lot more viable in so many different scenarios. That's pretty cool. These changes may be hard to fully understand without playing them, so make sure to test them out heavily when the PTS comes out later in March. These are just 2 of 24 champions seeing balance adjustments in 7.2, but we wanted to provide a preview into this topic, as we know players have been looking forward to this potential outcome. As we look forward to Season 7, stay tuned for more insights and previews. So that's just over 1/3 of the cast of champions. Absolutely insane. I hope these changes are good and they're not bad. Make sure to sub and turn on notifications if you want to see that video as soon as it comes out. We'll be covering it instantly as it comes out. Props to the devs for actually making these big changes this season. It's absolutely amazing. I really hope some other changes are coming to the top, like characters such as Khan, Leon. Hopefully they're seeing some nerfs. Hopefully some of the worst champions are seeing some buffs. There's a lot of things that could happen this patch, so let's just pray for the best. And yeah, I think this is a great patch. A lot more Grohk. Don't know about the video changes though, but amazing. This week's community creations, you have a few. I think these are fan arts, which are pretty cool. Ray, another Ray, and I think this is Aura. That's pretty cool. All of these are amazing. Absolutely props to these artists. Amazing. And then Weekend LTM, Swift Siege. I like Swift Siege. It's pretty fun. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to drop a sub and a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.